Hey, thanks for joining me for a thought for today. And here's something for us to think about. How does how you see yourself compare with how God sees you? Think about that. We're going to return to the Song of Solomon today. I'm going to focus on verses 1 and 2 of chapter 2, but that conversation that's contained there actually begins in verse 15 of chapter 1. And in verse 15 is the groom who is symbolic of Jesus, the bridegroom of the church. That's us. He's speaking to us, and this is what he says. Behold, you are fair, my love. Behold, you are fair. You have dove's eyes. He's sharing how beautiful we, the church, are to him, and how our eyes are so gentle like a dove, and this just draw him into us. But then the bride, who again is symbolic of the church, she begins to speak to him, and she says to him, Behold, you are handsome, my beloved. Yes, pleasant. We're saying to Jesus, I love what I see in you, and you're so pleasant to be around. I just love being with you. But then she continues in chapter 2, verse 1 with, I am the rose of Sharon and the lily of the valleys. I'm sure many of us have used those two terms in regard to Jesus. But as you look at here, it's not the groom who is speaking, it's the bride, and that's us. We're saying we are the rose of Sharon and the lily of the valleys. Well, I began to look at that a little more deeply, and I came to realize that the lily of the valley and the rose of Sharon were common flowers that were in that part of Palestine. There were nothing special about them. They're like dandelions are to us. I mean, we see them everywhere. There's nothing special about them. And that's really what she's saying. There's nothing special about me. But then I want you to see how he responds back to her in chapter 2, verse 2. Like a lily among thorns, so is my love among the daughters. Well, I knew that this was the Lord speaking to me. I had no clue what he was saying there. I mean, a lily among thorns? Is that something that I want to be? Well, it happened to be that year when I was going through that it was right before deer season, and my friend Dean Stevens, an old high school buddy, had invited me to go hunting with him on opening day. And so I met him at his house, and then he takes me up on his motorcycle up on top of this hill. And then he says, I want you to make your way down through this clear cut that's below us here. And just make your way down slowly. If you get a shot at a deer, shoot it. But if you don't, you'll go down to the bottom, up the other side, and you'll come to a road. And I'll go around this other side, and I'll come in from the side, and maybe we can push a deer to each other. Well, I made my way very slowly and carefully and quietly as I could down this hill, about a half mile. Didn't see any deer, got to the bottom, went up the other side to the road that he had mentioned. I'm standing on the road now. I'm looking now, turned around, looking up this hillside that I'd just come down. And the Lord speaks to me. And he says, Dave, what do you see? I said, well, I see a lot of brown dirt, brown limbs, brown thorns that I'd walk through. And then he asked me a question. What if I was to put a big white lily in the middle of all of this? Do you think you'd notice it? I said, yeah, of course I would, Lord. I mean, it'd stick out like a sore thumb, all white among all this brown. Yeah, I'd see it. And then he spoke to me and says, Dave, that's what I'm saying in verse 2. You see yourself like the common flower that nobody sees, nobody knows about, and nobody cares about. But I see you like this lily among all the brown that you're looking at here today. I see you. You stick out to me. I see where you're at. I know what you're going through. And Dave, I want you to know, I love you. Wow, that spoke so many volumes to me that day, and has even since then. How he saw me was so different than how I saw myself. And so it is with most of us as Christians. We see ourselves one way, but God sees us totally different than that. He sees us so much better. And you know, I put together another song with the help of AI, and some of you might ask, well, why do you do that? Well, the book we're going through in the Bible is called the Song of Solomon. But also I have found out through music and songs that many times a message can be impacting more to people through the music, through the song, than just words being shared. And so I hope that you enjoy the song. Let it speak to your heart. This will conclude our time together today. And so I thank you for joining me. Hey, enjoy the song. God bless. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
My love, you are beautiful. Your eyes are gentle, like the dove. They draw me near. They captivate my heart. Your gaze is sweet, and I am drawn to love.
You are handsome, pleasant of loving, more precious than the morning sun. I am the rose of Sharon, just a flower, a lily in the valley, one among everyone.
But you are my lily among the thorns, the one my eyes behold. You think you're just a flower in the valley, but to me you shine